Hello, Lodgers. This is Tim Sprague coming at you live from the Garage of Terror. First of all, I apologize for the dimness of what's going on out here. It's about 1.5 million degrees out in this garage today. I really didn't feel like turning on all the lighting. When I do, it just absolutely boils, and this isn't really a formal recording or anything like that. It's more of a casual kind of conversation. So I figured a little bit of mood lighting, set the mood a little bit, get a little into it, maybe open a bottle of wine. Um, but basically, I'm here today to talk to you about kind of what's coming up on the last lodge. The first big news, and probably what's going to catch the most attention because it's right there in the thumbnail description. We're going to be going on a bit of a break. This is only for the month of August. There's still going to be content going up. There's going to be the continuation of Stories from Beyond the Dark, the new series we've got with the narration of a very long storyline of mine. That'll be extended to go out through not just July, but also through August on Saturdays. And there'll be the video premieres, like we had talked about a little bit earlier in our comment and community pages. So that'll be happening. So there's not going to be zero content coming out from us. But the regular weekly content that we have that comes out, the canon stories, that's going to be going on a break for the month of August. There's a number of reasons why, everything from family commitments, like my youngest daughter is going to be going into kindergarten, so it's kind of the last chance I get to spend some time with her before that happens. So there's that. There's a number of other things as well. There's visitors coming in for both of us during the time period. So we figured August would be a good time to kind of take that break to really recharge, get the batteries back up to full, and then go from there. So we just want to make you aware of that. Doesn't mean there won't be an occasional other pieces of content that come out too. If we feel like it, as you could probably see from today of all days, where we've been a bit of a posting machine, everything from a cartoon from the 1940s that was very, very strange one, but we thought was pretty appropriate for the sense for our sense of humors. That went up today to another Stories from Beyond the Dark that happened last night, and just a bunch of things. So no one's saying here that you're not going to see some occasional stuff come out from us. Just it's not something that should be expected for the month of August. So I want to give you a heads up on that. But beyond that, also want to talk about what's going to be happening after we come back from that break. Part of me looking down, I've got my notes right here. I want to make sure I get everything right. So the weekly content will be resuming in September. We typically post on Wednesdays. That's not always the day that it's going to go up, but it's sometime around there each week. That will continue. And those stories will, again, the way they've always been, these are going to be canon stories. These are all going to tie into the overarching plot of The Last Lodge, the ongoing story that has no end in sight. And we're really excited about. There's a bunch of exciting things coming up there. Cannot wait to introduce you folks to the managers. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think, coming up. And all of that's going to start in September and continue rolling out from there. When we hit October, that's when things are going to go a little crazy. There's going to be a ton of new content going up there, more than we have ever put up in any other month. Because, hey, it's October. It's Halloween season. That's our season. Well, we want to own that. So you're going to see a lot. You're going to see stories. You're going to see shorts. You're going to see videos. You're going to see maybe some animation. Trying to work on that. No guarantee on that. Really suck at it. But there's going to be a ton of it coming out there and content on far more days than we normally would be doing. So we're really excited about that. It's something that we've been looking forward to for months, discussing that and Christmas since we first started the show. So you want to talk about knowing when our big times of the year are going to be, those are them. The other thing that's going to be happening when we come back in September is we've had so much fun with the non-canon content during our non-canon July event. We're going to continue that on. Every Saturday, we're going to be releasing non-canon content, just fun horror or horror-related content that we've come up with. That doesn't have to fit into the Last Lodge canon. So you're not going to be seeing stories that tie into that main storyline, but it also means that we can actually be a little freer with what we're doing because it doesn't have to serve the overall plot line as it's going by. So as you've probably seen from some of the things that have already gone up this month, we get a little weird when we don't have to follow the storylines. These are where you're going to find your more fun, your more silly, your stranger horror content. We're not putting a cap on how much or how little goes up on those Saturdays. So you may be seeing some that have 1 or 2 stories that go up, and you may be seeing some that just seems like a giant waterfall of content just pouring down into it. So that's going to be happening every Saturday. Really excited about it. We are still in the process of discussing how we're going to separate the canon and the non-canon for people who are looking at our channel. We have some ideas about it. It shouldn't be too complicated, but I'll make another video sometime in August that talks about, hey, these are the guidelines. This is how you can tell canon from non-canon and whatnot going forth. So also starting in September is going to be our Patreon exclusive show, A Movie, a Meal, and a Murder. Looking forward to doing this one because I'm doing it with my wife, Amanda. Basically, we're going to watch an old classic horror movie while eating a meal that's been themed to that horror movie, and then also discussing a murder or other grisly event that's happened that also fits in with the theme of that movie. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a lot more laid back than some of our other content that goes out there. It's going to be unscripted, so you're going to see us at our best and probably our dumbest at the same time. So really looking forward to that. And that is, again, it's Patreon exclusive for anybody that's on our Legend tier of Patreon, which is $5 a month to support the channel. The funds from Patreon are all getting poured directly back in to the channel, and new equipment, paying for monthly subscription fees for things like music and things along those lines. So if you're able to support, that's great. If you're not, we're not going to be locking out all of our content at all. The weekly content, that's all still going to be going, it's still going to be available to everyone. So if you'd like to take the time to, please check it out at patreon.com/thelast-lodge. That is really all that I have for you. We just wanted to give you an update as to what was going on. We didn't want to just have it suddenly the content well runs dry in August and people are wondering why. So I'm sure you folks will be fine with it. You've been extremely supportive ever since we started this channel, and we cannot thank you enough for that. But we're certainly going to try by giving you the best content that we possibly can. So I hope all of you are having a great weekend. I hope all of you are having a great summer, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon. Thank you, Lodgers. Have a good night.